wanted something prettier. I am not feeling very creative these days. Do I have something prettier to look at while I do this? I just put some more plumeria back out. Yes, because I love plumeria. Let me just put these out. Maybe. Okay. Let's put that out. Okay. Let me find you guys. I'm so glad I'm going live. Okay, I can't talk and do this at the same time. So what should I do? I should just stop talking. Okay. No, not that. How about, nope, not that. Here we go. I think I'm there. Hi, you guys. Whoops. Where did it go? My brain is so scrambly. These energies are so weird. Yes, please hit the like button. Yes, so I finally got to go live. I've been wanting to go live, but you know, just the transits, things happening, and sure enough, finally I got to go live. There are some really important things I want to share with you guys. These things were making me laugh. I've been tweeting about them, about Newt's tweet and the judge ruling on that guy getting kicked out because of the insurrection, and then Biden's speech calling the MAGA GOP, you know, you guys, you want to see this stuff. So I want to make sure I show you these things, catch up, because this full moon that we're going to have, the moon is in Aquarius right now, but even the last 2 days, I swear this moon, the evening, it seems like it's whispering me, kind of like nudging me, saying, hey, I'm coming. I'm on my way. Do you see me now? Because it's just getting bigger and brighter, and this Pisces moon is ready to just, I think, unload a lot of stuff right now. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the important stuff before this thing gets unleashed, okay? But let me check in and say hello to you guys. Hi, you guys. Oh, whoops. Where am I? There we go. Hi, you guys. Get me back to the beginning. Almost empty nester, how are you? I'm so sad I'm going to be an empty nester next year. I've been thinking about that a lot this week. I'm like, stop thinking about that. Hi, Lisa, Jennifer, Beth, Michelle, Lori, Julia, Jessica. Yes, Jessica, I did get your tweet about the ERA. I had no idea about this. I guess the ERA, it was announced September 1st, is sitting before a DC court about ratifying it because, you know, it was supposed to be ratified within 100 years. The deadline came and passed, but we have 3/4 of the states who said yes. So thank you very much for bringing me up to date on that. Of course, this would happen during our Pluto return year, right? Just Joy, Sharon, Gretchen. I'm glad you caught me live as well. Hi, Marie. Aloha. Beth, Julia. Oh, Julia, you're I'm afraid not. Okay, you have a name beside afraid not. My grandma always used to tell that bad joke about being afraid not. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, hi, Nancy Lee. Hi, you guys. Hi, Margarita and Daniel. Hi, Carol. Yes, Rosie, Denise, Sky. Hi, Rob D. And Obama was back in the White House today. Wasn't it awesome? Yes, Emma Sue. This 22 degrees. Wait till you see this. This is really interesting. You numerologists out there, pay attention. There's lots of messages here. Okay. So, what are we going to start off with? Let's just start off with some things I really wanted to show you. We're going to start off first with this. I loved this. I was screaming about this. This happened on Tuesday. Well, yeah, yesterday in New Mexico. The judge ruled that guy, he's got a weird first name like Cuoy. Maybe his last name is Griffin. I don't know. But he, basically, the judge ruled that he could not hold public office, made him evacuate his position because he participated in an insurrection. He's the guy, I'm not sure what seat he holds, but he's the one that has refused to certify New Mexico's election. Okay, so I saw the filing that was posted through Citizens, I can't remember what their name is. Not Citizens United, but anyway, that legal group. And the time that I have here is when his ruling was posted. And I'm like, no way. So what we have here, this was at 8:36 in the morning. Wow. Several things really leaping out at me. When we look at a horoscope, you know, this line going across here, that's the east and west horizon. The sun rises. So there in New Mexico, the sun had just risen, probably for an hour or so. And at the noon hour-ish, it'll hit its highest point. What's in the public skies, everyone to see. Then in the afternoon, it sets over here in the west, and then you can't see anything down below here, okay? So I see this first. I see Libra on the ascendant, the scales of justice. And we've got Mercury right there on the ascendant, dictating the rest of this day. Mercury has to do with reasoning, thinking, documents, filings, understanding. It's right there, right at the ascendant. It's in its most powerful position in this chart. It could be anywhere here, but when it's over here, it is its most magical, powerful in this area. But here at the top of the chart, this is 8 degrees Cancer. 8 degrees Cancer is Donald's natal Mercury. So the implications of this judge making this ruling, Mercury, at the highest point of the chart, is Donald's Mercury, his messaging, his communications. And this automatically kind of like hooks that in. I need a card. Show me the judge's Mercury. The Mercury coming up over the horizon. 9 of Wands, defenses. It's like the judge is looking at him like, really? You thought you're going to go have an insurrection and like do what? No. And it's abiding by our Constitution and defending our Constitution. 5 of Cups, 6 Wands. The Hierophant, the governor. Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, 6 Wands, and the Hierophant. Is one of our nation's darkest day. You guys thought it was a celebration and what they were doing, trying to overthrow the government, but no. You failed. We are defending our nation. Donald's Mercury up here. Well. That 3 of Cups, I see conspiracy. I see 3 branches of government. Show me who he's conspiring with. How this is going to hit his Mercury. We've got the scales of justice, the law, the Justice Department, and Newt. There's going to be further news, you guys. Yes. Wait, did I say who he's conspiring with Yes, because this guy went to the insurrection wanting to partake in that, to help him. But, you know, there's justice getting in the way. The Five of Wands and the obstruction, the fighting. Over here, because over here, this is the area of our law enforcement and our laws. So that's going to have to do with, wow. We put that there, put this here. Lots and lots and lots of cases, just like this guy, who they're trying to like get the courts to walk away from it, but no, their cases are going to blow up with the courts, this agency. It's just going to get bigger. So this is like a stepping stone. And the reason why this is so important beyond that, why I was screaming, is because if you look down here, what's rooted down in this chart, grounding this whole event in the moment, right then and there, in the ground, where we defend ourselves, protect ourselves, where we guard the goods, no matter what. We defend home. Well, it's in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn has to do with agencies, you know, our government. But look at this. The moon is 22 degrees Capricorn. 22 degrees Capricorn. 22 degrees Capricorn. Here we are. That number, 22. 22 degrees Capricorn. What is 22 degrees Capricorn? I used to talk about this incessantly, forever, ever, and ever. Well, that is the great conjunction from 2020. The Saturn Pluto conjunction, the great reset that would restructure world power and governments. In that moment, it went ting, and the Saturn Pluto conjunction is activated again. All that happened in Washington, D.C., in the skies of Washington, D.C., so that as our nation would evolve with a change in power and how our government is structured, we would be seeing this stuff unfold all the time. Maybe that's why it always leaps out at me, because it's right there for everyone to see. The Great Conjunction was at 22 degrees Capricorn. I mean, the Great Reset, 22 degrees Capricorn. Right there is the Asteroid series, which is the harvest, grain, how we nourish ourselves. And the sun, representing a leader, is at 21 degrees Capricorn. And then you have Mercury right there at 23 degrees. All of this gets triggered. So he makes that ruling. It activates the Saturn Pluto. And what is so delicious about this, now we go to 24 degrees Capricorn. 24 degrees Capricorn, what's that? That's that can opener eclipse. For those of you who've been around, this is from July 2019. It's the moment, the eclipses that grabbed on to Donald's chart, and it basically pried open like a can opener very slowly and separated those structures where Donald is able to protect his money, the things he values, the things he gains. And slowly it would open up for all to see. And it's pretty wide open, I think, you guys, right? 24 degrees Capricorn. What is the asteroid that has been parked there for a while? It's Arawn. Arawn, it's a Welsh god of the underworld and death. It is actually, if you want to think of kind of like a benevolent god of the underworld, because it is just. It is for those who are needing like good justice in their transition. It is just. It is helpful. For those who warrant some consequences, oh boy, get out of the way, because it is just and it will deliver and met out that which is proportionate, deserving, and maybe be over the top. It is like one of the most Saturn restrictive asteroids out there. But I actually like Arawn. There's a saying that goes with this. I want to make sure I say it because it's nope, that's the wrong one. With Arawn, the Welsh underworld god, said, long is the day and long is the night and long is the waiting of Arawn. Arawn will come. So we triggered off the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. We've got Arawn standing there at the can opener eclipse. And oh, at 26 degrees, what's that? Pluto? Pluto's retrograde with our Pluto return number 2 we just had. And it's like this moon and this Pluto are really sandwiching and drilling down in this space with Arawn and the can opener. I mean, talk about leaving a bookmark, if you will, leaving the door wide open for those to follow for as long as it takes. You know what, Tarot, can you just show me what this means for as we go forward? So we have this moon, 22 Capricorn. We have Arawn, the can opener eclipse. Oh my God, this just feels so heavy. It feels like if I was that Sisyphus having to push the rock and the boulder up the hill for infinity. I'm not totally sure about the story about that guy, but Sisyphus doing something over and over for infinity, pushing a boulder up a hill for it to roll back down. This feels heavy like that. And this Pluto return. These are the 3 players. This is the judge's ruling. And so this moon is going to link to what going forward for our nation with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Arawn is going to link to what going forward related to consequences, the can opener eclipse, consequences, and then this, let's do it this way. Arawn, eclipses. Down here's USA Pluto return. That's going to lead to going forward. And then we make it over here. 3 of Wands. This is the judge putting it out there. This isn't just an off the cuff, let's just have a conversation. You like me, I like you, like a 2. No, this is established. It's like the tone has been set, established out there with all the work the DOJ has done. There's a clear way to go about where we're headed with our future. The 2 of Pentacles, keeping our balance, but balancing the information we have, the information that's incoming, revisiting that, hello Mercury retrograde, and coming to more. The Queen of Cups, the United States of America. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for your donations, you guys. Whoop, there's the star. So this is the moon. When that judge made that ruling, kicking that guy out, the Tower, that's Mars. This came with force. He said it and he meant it. This is lasting. Whereas Mars in this chart, you guys, Mars, okay. Mars at this chart, I think this is 8 degrees Gemini, no, 9 degrees Gemini. It is conjunct USA Uranus. Surprise. Hello. This was a whopper of a decision leading to the Page of Cups, messaging going forward, 6 of Pentacles, in how we are balancing and handling these cases. Are we going to be charitable or not? Because to me, this is more information. This is creating another pathway. Oh, what are people going to, what are judges going to do with this? Lock them up, put them in jail. 8 of Swords. So this is like another avenue to lock them up and put them in jail. Okay, so that's at 22 degrees Capricorn, that moon. 24 degrees is Arawn, justice in spades, Saturnian, long-lasting. Well, well, well. If you're going to have the god of the underworld come and be just and tidy everything up and say this goes there, you're here, you're not here, what success is that for our nation and our stability and our leadership? Wow, like some people get really scared of Arawn. I think it's really benevolent. You know, I have a sun in Scorpio, and this just feels so laser focused, clear, like we're not effing around anymore. And this is going to lead to the Ten of Wands. These are not burdens. These are clearly marked crimes. Oh my God, Donald Trump. What does this Ten of Wands go with? I did that whole long live last time about the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. That is Putin's war on the United States. Ten of Wands is a transmission of data. Five of Pentacles. This has been Mar-a-Lago in those documents. Oh, I just got, because all of this is leading, it's all leading, that insurrection is going to tie into Mar-a-Lago, the documents. Relating to the asteroid Arawn, agreements. These are the eclipses. The Four of Swords. What kind of agreements? With opportunity. And the can opener eclipse. Oh my gosh. Everything he tried to kill off. End and stop. The Four of Swords, death. Wherever he was able to put a stop in the road. So there is going to be success as we go this route. That's Arawn. Wow. Then our Pluto return has gone retrograde. It went forward. It's going backwards right now at 26 degrees Capricorn. Betrayal, treason. Revisiting all of this stuff related to the insurrection, leading to releasing the devil. What we're going through right now, I know, is really, really scary, you guys. Yeah, the news is kind of addicting. We have to shed this stuff away from us, layer by layer. Seven of Cups. There are things we cannot see. Pluto is still going backwards. She's going to go forward. We're hitting Mercury retrograde. But this is also how they hide. They've been hiding their criming from the past. This is stuff that was shut down a long time ago under bar. This is like all that Trump-Russia stuff. This has been showing up so much. So, like I said, this asteroid Arawn, the can opener eclipse, in this moment when he said, hey, this is my ruling, you're out of a job because you participated in the insurrection. Well, we have the moon applying here. We have Pluto applying here, drilling down, concentrating on this energy of justice that is triggered regularly. Things get ticked off and they happen with regularity and things we can expect. So the moon is going to drill down on this because we're so passionate about getting to the bottom of January 6th and what happened. The Pluto return is saying, show the leadership, the data, the pentacles, the value of who we are, our leadership, and what we're investing in. So how the moon is applying to this is so important. Pluto is saying we know what our priorities are and what our values are. Oh, a world. And that's how it's all gonna come to an end to make us complete. Because this is eventually, there we go, Lovers. We've come full circle. Our nation is healed. We love one another. Yay. That's kind of cool. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Suzanne Kremer, is Bill behind bars getting in trouble? You know what? Something is definitely going on with him. Can you guys sense that when he does those interviews on Fox, he seems terrified. He is so trembly, shaky when he's speaking. Like, it's like I can almost feel it in my gut. Like, he knows he is in a lot of trouble. I think he's getting harassed by the mob, as he should, because I don't think they like him coming out like this. He's afraid. Happy birthday to everyone this month. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. 1836 law, no more serving in government. You got it. Can I read on the special matters judge, Spirit and Sage? I will tell you, she's toast. She's part of the Putin regime. She's in so much trouble. I think that's why they let the thing leak after her decision, because now she's caught. I mean, what an idiot move. And then we find out he has nuclear docs, so that she's done. She's toast. Yes, Bannon is turning himself in tomorrow. He's trying to say, oh yeah, this is fake news. It's not really real. Okay, yeah, whatever. So that I wanted to definitely show you about the ruling with insurrection. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, did you guys see that tweet by Newt? I'm like, actually, I think I'm going to start following Newt Gingrich again. He used to annoy me so much. I think I had him blocked on Twitter. But he had this dumb tweet that was put out by the Washington Times. Like, that's such a huge, credible, publication. But the headline was basically, everyone is saying Chris Wray, and everyone in the FBI is saying Chris Wray should retire. I'm like, what? Do you have a problem there? Newt, and why are you saying everyone is saying? Like, you're trying to impersonate Don Holio? Really? So, I'm like, I just have to look at this chart. I have to look at this chart because I was already laughing before I even saw the chart when he did it. So he tweeted that at 8:55 a.m. on Saturday. And again, like this chart, at the top of the chart is 8 Cancer. That is Donald's Mercury. Newt tweeted that, trying to impersonate Donald, tapping into his Mercury, trying to get the same effect. What a freaking loser. I totally was calling him out on it, but I'm like, come on, you're so lame. And then Mercury had just slipped into the 12th house of secrets, so he thought he was being super secretive. No, you're dumb. You're dumb. And holy cow, look at this, you guys. He tweets that there's an asteroid Gingrich, which happens to be in the 10th house in the skies above. So he's thinking about himself, trying to impersonate, Donald. But his asteroid, you guys, it's at 26 degrees Cancer. It's exactly opposite Pluto in our Pluto return. You guys, Newt, when I saw this, I'm like, oh man, you're so screwed. So why did he think he could be like Donald, saying that? He thought he could be like Donald and go back to the past. This is my maggot. He thinks he's going to go to the past and he's going to do something magical, like tweet something of value. Ugh. But Newt's asteroid Gingrich here, he's taking action. I think I'm going to pretend like I'm him. But Pluto is opposite him, like, what? I'm the government. I'm the establishment. And it's just like, pow. What happens? What happens here? Because I can just feel this energy, wanting to smack him. It's just a loss. Just no effect, no traction, no nothing. Just so bad. But also in this chart, some other things I wanted to show you. We have Christopher Wray. Asteroid Ray right now is at 19 degrees Virgo. And if this is why Newt was tweeting, 19 degrees Virgo is USA Dark Moon Lilith. That extraordinary pain of the feminine, the rejection, the humiliation, the isolation, being left for dead. The deepest pain, the people of color, slavery, women. Hello? row being rolled back. Christopher Wray, that asteroid is in the area of secrets and hidden enemies. And he is tweeting against Ray. Show me Ray, Christopher Wray. He is separating some people from some things, perhaps. And Newt, how does Newt fit into that? What do you got on Newt? Because he's supposed to... The Emperor. Defense. Oh, man. You are an... So the Emperor card has... I think this is more Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland has really been showing as the Emperor, dictating kind of what that Department of Justice is doing to protect the defenses. Because this card, the Wheel of Fortune card, when it comes to secrets and pain, especially with people like Newt, I finally figured out this card. I mean, we all know what that is. You know, you can make your fortune. What goes up must come down. Being lucky. No, this represents all the people who get activated by Russia or China or Donald when you need something done. Like if I need documents transferred, you're the person who did that. You know, you did that. You did it. It's beyond being the point person. It's beyond being the role. It's kind of like this is where your loyalty is because you like fortune. So Christopher Wray, with our nation's pain, is protecting our defenses and has targeted him as a person related to documents, related to electors, related to effery that hurts the United States. What a turd. Oh, and this. Asteroid Troemper. Here we go again. 21 degrees. Asteroid Troemper is at 21 degrees Scorpio. I will have you know, in the Russia horoscope, at 21 degrees is their Venus conjunct Pluto in Scorpio in that third house of communications. This is why they have such powerful compromat on people. This is why what they do is so devastating and destructive when it comes to women or things that they value and you're in the way. They get it done. These are their hitmen that are on the ground that you can't see, roaming around in neighborhoods. Asteroid Troemper is exactly conjunct that in this chart. In the second house of income gain. So somehow I think Newty benefited through Donald and the relationship through the Trump Russia. Yes, he did. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Spirit and Sage, I have a feeling Mikado might retire. Does he just look like a sad sack of potatoes? A box of potatoes gone stale? He just seems like he's just like, what happened? What happened to the playbook? I tried to tell you the playbook's over. Okay. There's that. Now, this one I really wanted to show you guys. President Biden, his speech last week, September 1st. This is delicious. It is so delicious, and it had sticking power, and I am going to tell you why. So we look at this chart. This was at 8:02 p.m. Remember, this is the east-west horizon. So in the east, you know, the sun is set. It's dark outside. So the rising sign coming over the eastern horizon is Pisces, and the sign setting in the west is Virgo. And it's 22 degrees Pisces, and this is 22 degrees Virgo. Do you see a theme going on here, you guys? At the bottom of this chart is 26 degrees Gemini. At the top of the chart is 26 Sag. What's crowning this chart is the divine feminine from 2019. So she's there helping us out, okay? What's so extraordinary about this is this speech starts, and everyone kind of knows what he's going to talk about. But again, I'm like wanting to faint and pass out, because this 22-degree mark here, Pisces, this is where the planet Neptune was at USA, the first Pluto return last February 20th. And what happened on that day is that it was an exact opposition to USA natal Neptune at 22 degrees Virgo. And this is why the playbook no longer works for the Republican Party. They are sputtering. They cannot get traction. They can't get anything going because the playbook doesn't work. Why is that? Because in the U.S. chart, this 22 degrees Virgo Neptune, this is the planet where they always move the goalposts, where they gaslight. This is their white supremacy. They make all of their policies for this, for that, but really it's actually cloaked in white supremacy, and it is in injecting toxic things into our laws, because this is also in the 9th house of laws and lawmakers. Okay, so we have our Pluto return. Neptune is all the way on the other side. Neptune now is in opposition. What does Neptune do? It dissolves things. It cleanses things. It reveals. We're going to have a full moon in Pisces, you guys. So when we have this Pluto return, Neptune opposite Neptune, it just took the wind out of their sails. It burst that bubble. And it's like, here, we're on a continuum here. Give me some of that energy. This is why the playbook doesn't work. And when Mallory McGovern, is that her name, in Michigan, gave that passionate speech shortly after our first Pluto return, she magnified this opposition. She raised, what, over $1 million, and the woman who was trying to fundraise off of her made only like $200 through an email that was sent out. This, like, broke the GOP's back, you guys. Do you get that? Do you get... Oh, there goes my throat. It's just, wow. So, can you show me this Neptune, this 22-degree mark rising with this speech? I have some news I would like to deliver, and it is some good news about our defenses as a nation and having to protect ourselves. This is the reality of it all. Meanwhile, the divine feminine is still shining down through the speech. Here, USA natal Neptune is setting. It is setting. Show me this setting. Well. The Emperor, Don Julio, reversed chaos. Remember, this is their go-to thing to be very emperor-like. It's almost like a Neptunian coup, if you will, because it pulled the playbook right out from underneath them. What else? For the Republican Party, the 10 of Cups. That was a dagger. Now, you guys know I have talked about, sports astrology and horse racing, and if you want to score against your opponent, you better make sure you do it when they are their most vulnerable, which is going to be in the side of your opposition. So this is President Biden speaking. Pluto return. This is the opposition, the MAGA Republicans, at 22 degrees Neptune. 22 degrees Virgo conjunct that Neptune that they cloaked themselves in with their bullshittery for the last 200 whatever years. This is right on the descendant. This landed a blow. This obliterated that. And they are just figuring it out. But we knew back in February it was going to get shattered. This is their first experience having that ruptured. Oh, does it feel painful? Oh, gee, I need the ghost deck. the ghost deck. Oh, pain, pain, pain. They were mad. They came up with an influence off the next day. How dare he? Blah, 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 blah. But it's like that hangover and realization of what that speech did, and just the knockout punch. Again, Biden lands against him, that the USA chart landed on them. How you doing, GOP? The devil! That Neptune is the devil, the thing that they are addicted to, the thing that they cannot tear themselves away from. They can't tear themselves away from the bigotry or the white supremacy or the gaslighting. They love this. They love this. They love their devil. What's going on with your devil? Whoopsie. This is... I spilt water on this card. This was Ivanka. She had the temperance card. So the devil and the temperance, that is their go-to thing. They, you know, the temperance, you're blending two ideas and shoving something else at, what is this? And what? We have the Knight of Swords. So this is like how they operate. You've got the devil, the temperance, the Knight of Swords. They used to be able to, their go-to playbook, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this bigger issue. We're going to say it's this. We're going to say it's that. And then we're going to insert some crap and slice stuff down, move the goalposts, and disappoint everyone, but we don't care. But the problem is now this is reversed. It doesn't work anymore. So what's the basis of this? How are you guys doing with that? How are you doing with that? You are the Three of Cups. Yeah, you guys are always conspiring up to no good. Three of Cups, Four of Wands. Yeah, so they would come up with their little game show here, trickery, and then they would, Page of Wands, that's how they would lead. But Biden landed a punch to the MAGA Republicans. And so with this Neptune, this party is like crowning them the Six of Wands. This isn't your celebration. Crowning you the Six of Wands. King of Wands. And the High Priestess. You can look at this two ways. Their go-to playbook, they expect to have success with the King of Wands, a leader, usually angry Putin, and the High Priestess, their secret. This can also be the TKO from President Biden that he landed in the High Priestess. They can't figure out what happened. What are you guys covered in now? He lands that, and you guys are covered in the Two of Wands. Well, they're thinking really, really hard. Okay. Oh, we got the Three of Wands reversed. Look at this. The Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. Well, he landed that punch, and we want to put this idea out here, but Three of Wands reversed, it's not really working. Really? Really? Challenge when that happens. This is reversed. We have the Knight of Cups. Their challenge is, it's reversed. Their challenge is trying to get some support. They're not getting any support. They don't know how to get out of this. The Moon. They want to create fake outrage, outrage this, outrage that. Nope. The Moon. This is also the lunar cycles, the Moon. This isn't working anymore. Wow. We have the Queen of Wands, part of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Swords. So like what I'm getting from this is like Putin watching them strike out and being disappointed in that. They can't get any traction to get going what they want to do. That was the speech. And that is just from the Pluto return. And messing, that's just from this. They're so screwed. How are you guys doing? Yeah, there is just no way out. And so now, I guess their playbook now is they're trying to emphasize inflation, this, that, why we should be all upset. And it's like, you guys, Biden just passed a bunch of legislation addressing all that. So I feel like they're coming up with this brand new idea. You know, we're like at the full moon. They didn't work this new moon in Virgo to come up with a good plan. No, it's reactionary. They only have the mojo of this full moon Pisces that's going to kick Don Julio in the butt and them. And then these click dates I have written down. Like, I have my eye on these dates. September 12th. Oops, sorry, popcorn. 14th, October 3rd and 4th, October 15th. And then we've got this 22-degree mark. These are just things I've had. They're so screwed, you guys. And it's kind of nice to watch, right? How are you guys doing? Hi, John. Well, we're glad that you're here. Okay, so what's this? Oh, okay. You guys, I wanted to do you guys I just reposted this video, I think, yesterday, because all weekend long I had the video running through my mind again. This was last December. So last December, I had an excerpt from this live because it was a vision back then I kept getting of Ginny Thomas and ACB, Amy Coney Barrett. I kept seeing them in like this old like government building, like corridor, sneaking around, and you know, ACB's like in her little judge outfit and her little heels, creeping around, and like ACB is like kind of getting high off the thrill of sneaking around somewhere she shouldn't be. Ginny Thomas is with her, but it's like she is ghost white, terrified, and she's like hiding in the janitor's closet. She's just so terrified. But it's like after hours, the building is closed. The corridors just like have night lights on them, so the corridors are just kind of dark. And she wanders into this room, which kind of reminded me of like a media room or like a studio recording room. And so she was just like looking around there. And so here goes my throat again. So that's as far as that vision went. And I just remember it was just a really strange thing at the time, but it kept coming up and it just kept bugging me. So I told you guys that during the reading, we're trying to figure out what's going on. And basically, she's snooping around because she wants to get something. And at the time, I didn't know if it was intel, but it's like she runs into a block. And I was telling you guys, I'm like, this feels like she's running into, you know, like firewalls or something through the government. But she doesn't know because she's like clueless. And I'm also like, you guys, she's not smart. They think she's smart, but she's not smart. So that's where I last left it off. Well, I didn't tell you guys the update to that because then the vision finally expanded and I'm like, this is too weird. I am not saying a word about it because it just doesn't make sense, but now it's making sense to me, okay? So, tarot. We last left off. Show me AC. Okay, so here's a corridor. There's like a media room here, okay? There's like stairs, like a stairwell over here. But like this is... So it's like this big media room, and there's kind of like these double doors that you can get in. But it kind of has like the studio, you know, with like recording equipment, okay? And this is the corridor, and ACB just kind of like walks around. There's like a janitor's closet over here, and this is where Ginny is hiding, and she's just ghost white, frozen like concrete. And this is like a stairwell. Okay, so let's just look. Show me ACB walking around. ACB walking around. Ginny's hiding. It's like, how does she fit in there? Because she just seems like she's ready to topple at any moment because she's just so frozen scared. But she has to be here with her, okay? And then ACB wanders into this media room place. And she wanders in. And she's interested in this, and this. Okay. Oh, Page of Cups. Here we go. Okay, so Page of Cups for me. I know a lot of people say good news, but this has actually evolved to intercepts. Okay, somehow we have intercepts. I think, well, it could be ANOM. There's a variety of way we have intercepts, whether it's FBI encrypted apps or it is, third countries who have the intercepts, or, the Queen of Cups, United States of America, has intercepts of them. Yep, the Four of Cups. This almost reminds me of like an earpiece. Like this is getting the intercept on that person, but the Four of Cups, it's like them doing something and hearing it. Like, but they're like supposed to go do something at the urging of someone else. But these are intercepts, okay? So ACB is walking down this hallway. Seven of Pentacles. There's a bunch of stuff I want to get because I'm conspiring with some other people. I represent the judicial branch of the government. The Emperor reversed. And we're going to have a coup. We're going to have a coup. That is why she's wandering down there. Why are you with Ginny? Well, conspiring. Why are you with Ginny? Support. Because she's a spy here in the U.S. Ginny frozen. Yeah, Temperance. How does she fit in the janitor's closet? She's going to topple over. She's there because she's a spy. She's got to get something because there's a bigger plan going on. She's got an agreement. Two of Cups. She's conspiring here to help out. There you go. The Wheel of Fortune. What did I say the Wheel of Fortune was? You are a point person per the Russia, per the China, per our hostile enemies, and you're the point person that takes action. This is your role. It's been your role. You're dependable. This is what you do. But she's terrified because I don't think she wants to do this, okay? But there's ACB. There she is. Now ACB wanders into this media room. Five of Swords. Slash and burn, or is this undercover? This is undercover. She thinks that like maybe there aren't any rules here. The rules do not apply to her. But it's kind of like she gets to let her guard down a little bit. But interested what's in here. I'm just going to act like I'm not part of the mob. I am just a regular person. And I am in here. Ooh, the Empress. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. Were you sent by Mother Russia? Yes. The Empress said, there goes my throat. I need something. And so she looks at this. Because she's undercover. She's been told, hey, go do this. She's had some secret discussions with people on what to look for. She is tied to the devil, but undercover. And the Queen of Pentacles, a different nation, undercover. Okay. So there's the scene. Okay, got it? Hi, never again. Joanne, hi, I just couldn't sleep. And here you are, right? I couldn't either. So that's the vision I was having, but then it would just like end. I like never saw them like leaving or anything, and then it would just kind of go blank. Like the screen goes blank. And then a couple months ago, all of a sudden, the scene comes back on. But now what I'm seeing, I'm like, what? I'm like, this is really weird. I don't see this. What I'm seeing now is if I'm like on the other side of this media room, okay? So this is the other side of the media room. And this is like a full-scale operation with just people at desks, like in these rows that are like that are like tiered. It's a massive room. It reminds me of Mission Control Center, like, you know, in Houston, we've got a problem. And what then I realize is this here that ACB is looking at is actually a two-way mirror. She can't see what's out there, but you have all these rows of people watching her, what she's doing, and they know that there's a firewall with documents over here. And so I was like, I don't know what this is. This is really weird. But fast forward, hello now. This seems to me that she's part of the whole document thing, and that our government was watching and knew what she was doing, right? So that because it's like everyone's got their little headsets. They've got like all that green computer metal, you know. I mean, it looks like really old equipment, but they're all on alert. It's like our intel agencies. It's like Intel. It's like FBI, CISA, and CIA, and the ODNI. It's like all of them. And it feels like this was set into place for a while. So, this row, what are you watching? What do you see? What is your function here? As you see them, okay, you're watching them. You're prepared for what? Okay, here. So you see them and you're prepared for what? Okay. And then what does ACB do? You see her do this, and you see Ginny do this. And now what? You the Five of Pentacles. They're watching behind a two-way mirror. It is also related to Mar-a-Lago, but it's also them watching them outside. Because they're outside, they can't get in. Watching them take stuff for a bigger operation because they've agreed to that. So they see them having their discussion. They see they've made up their mind on what they want to do. And our intel has prepared for this by planning for all possible solutions. This Nine of Swords, it is also one of the final steps of transferring data, 9, to the 10 of Swords, its final destination, which is Mar-a-Lago, which is Donald. The 10 of Swords is the final destination before Donald, someone in those court cards, can spin it off and get it directly elsewhere, whether it's Melania's closet, whether it's Jared, but it's almost to its final destination. So they're watching them, and they're prepared that whatever they're going to take, it has one more step to go. And so they see ACB do this. This is the Russian secret. And they see Ginny The Three of Wands put it out there. So it's like ACB has the message, part of the op from Angry Putin, China. She gets the message. She knows what she has to do. I mean, and this might go through her husband or something. And then GINNI, they're expecting her to take this and do what? It's sent off. And she has a full card because they know what they're going to take, and it's been marked. It's been that Page of Cups. The documents have been marked. They know what they're watching for. So what they do next is the Data King, King of Pentacles, Donald, stealing documents. The challenge is catching him and putting him in jail. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Is this just wild? How are you guys doing? Just joy. Love Merrick Garland. I do too. It's almost Halloween. I know, I know. Yes, Biden, he named the evil out loud. Hi, Mary Fineff. Linda Foster! She says she's really late. It's okay. It's okay, Linda. Okay, so that's what I have. I wanted to make sure I followed up with that. There are some things with the quarter moon charts I want to show you. But I also want to tell you guys something has clicked into place, okay? So you know how they're all like super freaking out like this past week, and then Donald like calls in Judge Loose Cannon, Eileen, for a favor. And that absolutely showed up in the Russian Terrascope. Part of their war on America is messing with our justice system, and she is one of them. So she came up with that. So around the last full moon, so about 3 weeks ago, because we're getting ready to hit our full moon in Pisces, something happened at the time with messages. Like, you know, I always talk about this third house about communications and messages. Well, it was like around that full moon, it's like POTUS, DC, Intel, all of them, plus our allies with Kiev, because I think Kiev and Taiwan have intercepts that we're working with them somehow. Well, somehow around then, they took control of this whole area, this third house, because that's the internet. It's, well, digital information, emails, electronics. And they just seemed to establish a firm ground here. What did they do? What did they do here? Incoming messages. It's like they sent their own artillery of messages. Oh boy. Oh my God. That's what they did. That's what they did. They did that. So they put out a flurry, like their own op, precision targeted to certain people, devices, pages who've been carrying stuff back and forth all around. Because I don't know if we found out about the docs then yet, or if it was just kind of simmering. They got a plan in place. This is the plan they got in place, I suspect, before everything blew up. So they knew their targets with the data. This is the reveal. It's also China, but this is the big plan that's coming together. They're hiding. It's cloaked in maybe some other data, some other form. And that is going to be transmitted back and forth. This is like dormant malware, whatever, tracking. So that happened at that full moon. And so I've been kind of watching since then, like Donald and Russia and China, all them, and even Uvalde, because I think Uvalde's like the back channel with data. Not Uvalde itself, but like West Texas. That's why, in my humble opinion, Abbott and all them would not cooperate with the FBI, because they have something they have to protect. So since then, I would suddenly see one place kind of move into position here. Because it's based on the astrology cards. This is the third house, and there is an astrology card called the third house messages, okay? And so it's like out of those like 60 cards, you pull a card that matches this area. It's like you have dominion over it. It's like you control it. So it's like the White House, DC, controlled all this, like with Taiwan and Ukraine. I'm like, what's going on? Well, since then, these lunations, like you'd see kind of like Donald, like coming, oh, I have the third house. Or then you would see like China, oh, I have the third house, this lunation. So it was like it got picked up. And then all of a sudden, this week, all those bad guys, like everything shifted into place. I have never seen a chart where everybody like gets to own a piece of the pie, a certain part of the real estate of this chart. It's like all these locations I do, it's like usually one, maybe two will get to own a piece of the pie, maybe. But there's like Russia, China, Mar-a-Lago, and I think I did Bedminster now because he's there now, and Trump Tower has kind of fallen flat lately. They all cemented a place. So to me, what I was seeing, it was like those locations, the word got out, whatever this was, whoever got tagged in it, now that stuff has been distributed, and now this week, it locked into place. So that's why I'm so curious about this full moon, because I'm like, what are you going to reveal? Does that make sense, you guys? Just Joy, that's why Texas Tech was upgraded. Yeah, better late than never. I know, Linda. I know, Nancy, this week is the first week of Uvalde back to school. It is tough. So, yeah, and this moon void of, I need my cards. So this moon void of, there, and then there's two cards like keep waiting for something to happen. I'm like, is something going to happen, and what's going to happen? So this moon void of course card, the moon void of course just means it's kind of like when the moon is stagnant as it's getting through the end of a sign before it goes to the beginning of a sign, and you can't really do anything about it. You just kind of meditate, nap, whatever. So this card, moon void of course, because the moon isn't tethered to anything, it's just kind of static. It just has to react to everything else. It can't initiate or make something happen, because you guys have felt the moon when it's gone into a sign. It's like all of a sudden it's like, whoop, here we go, we're ready to go, and we're off again. The stagnation ends. So the moon void, of course, for me has been tied to things that need timing, like mass events, terrorist events. And so this moon void, of course, has been lingering here over the skies of DC since the quarter moon. And I'm like, okay, DC is waiting on something. What are you waiting for? And I'm just kind of drumming my fingers like, what are you waiting for? And I don't think we're going to see it because, oh, here it is right at the end. And then I was like, this did tie in. They were waiting on that Judge Loose Cannon on her ruling. But it wasn't just DC that had this. It was like everybody else had this moon void, of course. So I'm like, is there going to be a terror event? I don't know what's going on. And then the other, here goes my throat. And then the other big question I had is this Neptune sacrifice card. You guys know this Neptune sacrifice card. I always gasp when I see it because it's always associated with death. Now, this was on the ascendant. Maybe it was related to Gorbachev passing, but this is the thing that energizes the chart. So this makes me think that USA is going on offense bigly. They have their pieces in place, and they're ready to go. What is this? What are we waiting for? Oh, the Seven of Wands, the Judge card. They were waiting for that judge to make that ruling. The Eight of Cups, they set it up. What is she going to do? Okay, so now she said what she said. What now? Oh my gosh, she is not smart either. I just did those. So the Five of Wands reversed. I talked about this last time with the Russia Terrascope. I couldn't get this card to like land. It had to be in the air, like it was part of the cloud. Like Putin disseminates information to 5 different continents in the cloud. So, Page of Wands reverse, news coming in. The Nine of Swords were prepared. Remember that GINNI and ACB? ACB is a judge. They were waiting on her ruling because they were watching what was going on in the background. And what did you see related to this? Justice, someone in the Justice Department is tied to the Six Wands mob with an offer in money. So, just her making that stupid ruling, she's got herself in trouble. Okay, so what is this Neptune sacrifice card? Because usually this means death. And I haven't really felt a lot of... I mean, I've felt... There's been a lot of scary stuff out there. But usually when this card comes up in DC, I'm like freaking out. And I really haven't felt freaked out. So I feel like that something is getting... It's like, what happened? What does this mean? Five of Pentacles. They're ready to reveal. They're ready to reveal. This has to be Mar-a-Lago. The document. They're ready to reveal. Who's ready to reveal? What's this sun about? Okay, here's my dream card. Extra card in this deck. The dream card, this is confluence, where transnational crime abroad meets American organized crime. In the agreements, the Six of Wands, the Six Wands mob, Trump, Putin, all them. So the sacrifice card, I think they had their last call for alcohol. Are you in, you out? Because you're in trouble. The worldwide, yep. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, they're done. So that's what it is. This is what's leading to our full moon. They have their op. They're ready to go. They're waiting on her to make that decision. And because they were ready to go with an op in case they had to, if Donald had to make a phone call. So that's the sacrifice. We can't wait any longer to do this. Okay, so that showed up there. And coincidentally, this is Mar-a-Lago. 6th house has a lock on this area. That's your day-to-day routine. This is military. This is intelligence. So how does this moon void of course and the Neptune sacrifice card relate to, oh God, what's at Mar-a-Lago related to documents that were recovered and top secret stuff with the military? Oh boy. So what is this? Because look, it's reversed. It's reversed, meaning it's been upended. We have the Nine of Cups. That's the Trump crime syndicate with the Knight of Swords reversed has been infiltrated with this op. So what'd you find? What did this op do? Those documents, Mar-a-Lago. Oh boy. You ready for this? There we go. It was a freaking up. The Nine of Cups, Trump Crime Syndicate. They are very busy bees, getting to work, stealing documents, working Bitcoin and crypto and documents, digital, because they're ready to take what they have and send it off. This moon void, of course, waiting for the devil at Mar-a-Lago. They've unleashed the devil, the China-Russia connection, the Knight of Swords, and intelligence. So they're just waiting this up on what they were going to do because they're tagged. They're stuck to it in their communications and intel. The sacrifice that's being made, the Justice Department, I think, said it's time to go. We are strong. This is not Russian strength. It's like we're ready to go. We're strong. It's a pain in the butt. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, who's going to get sacrificed because the intel and evidence is so strong, it's tagged on that person. So the devil links to the... This is China. Four of Pentacles. Earth and stability. This is coming. It's like China's stability. Donald and Putin look to China for stability and those tangible things. We have those comms through the Russia-China connection. A boatload of information. This is my once card. It's reversed. We're going to see who the once card approached another nation. What they unleashed allows them to track what nation targeted them or who they should have declared fair with, and the Six of Swords, what got transmitted, you guys, to the Russia-China. Void, of course, moon. We've got it set up. Here's the intel leading to this dude who is tagged. There you go. The Page of Pentacles shows up again, just like with GINNI and ACB. They were looking for stuff. They were tagged on it undercover, ready to go. So this is the other reason why we're not seeing a whole lot going on, because they're waiting on stuff. They're going to cross their T's, dot all their I's, and make sure they have everything ready to go. And also in the United States chart, this is in the 9th house. It's over there. We can't really see it. It's far away. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because there's so many big pieces. Yeah, that's what they're unleashed. Can you believe this? Is this crazy? I think the DOJ led by Merrick is going to get them sooner than later. I totally do too. Yeah, Merrick, guys, Merrick Garland is a Scorpio. President Biden's a Scorpio. They're ruled by Mars and Pluto. This is the year of the Pluto return. Couldn't have two better people. Okay, I'm excited for this full moon. You guys got any questions before I wrap this up? Because we've been going for a while here. Gosh, that was kind of cool. Yeah, Julia Varnell, Sergeant. Merrick has never lost a case. He has not ever. Just Joy, I'm a Scorpio too. Welcome, Just Joy. We have a lot of good Scorpios here. Yep, he solved the Oklahoma bombing just the same way. Julie, yes. Julie's a Scorpio too. Marie, I feel it too. Oh, Jessica, the ERA, can you read on it? Sure. Let's get some other cards. What cards am I getting? What cards am I getting? What's going on with the ERA? 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 What's going on? feel like I need 2 decks. I have not used the Golden Tarot in a long time. Golden Tarot, the Tower, 4th. Can you show me the ERA? Show me the Equal Rights Amendment. Thinking of Alice Paul. It just basically is like a really short statement, like maybe 2 sentences, that one shall not be discriminated against by virtue of their sex. We've waited for 100 years for this to pass. Show me the Equal Rights Amendment. The Equal Rights Amendment, the Knight of Pentacles. The leadership and people over so long getting everything in order. They have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles are the only 2 things that go beyond the Knight of Pentacles. It's been there, done that, been around. The Three of Wands, she is still standing there waiting. We've put this out there. It's out there with due diligence. The Ace of Wands, and she's got a belly full of fire just waiting to go. So this is the RA. Well, thank you, Linda Foster. Equal Rights Amendment. The Lovers. We have 2 sexes. Male, female, when this was written, I know, but let's just go with it. This, at the core of it, to not be discriminated against as a basis of one's sex. The ERA is covered in the 10 of Cups, fulfillment. We have 3/4 of the states that we need for it to be ratified. It's gone to a completion. This whole entire cycle is done. We're there. The challenge for the ERA right now is the High Priestess is just some willy-nilly secret and rules that perhaps we'll figure out. We won't figure it out. Is this just not the best card for all the question and weirdness surrounding it, why it can't get done and why it's held up? And the veil is, we don't know, the veil is thin. We think we know, we don't know. Foundation of the Equal Rights Amendment is the Moon. We've gone this route before. This is just like lunation after lunation, year after year, eclipse after eclipse. We're waiting, we're waiting. We've been here. We're ready. Crowning the Equal Rights Amendment, we have the 8 of Cups. Shall I stay or shall I go? Are we going to come back to this or not? Are we done? Because in the past, the Queen of Cups, the United States of America and women determined, yes, we want this Equal Rights Amendment. We are worth it. Leading to 7 of Swords, stolen away again. Oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. About face, we're not doing it this way anymore. All these questions. How do we see the Equal Rights Amendment? The King of Wands, the leadership. We are finally in a place with leadership with President Biden that can actually lead with this, with the Democratic Party, hopefully, to get it done. We are there with leadership. We can go no further. The environment right now is one of the Seven of Cups. Don't know. What's it going to be? I need another card for that Seven of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. Dark money. People are swooping in to just take that away. Here, go do this with that money. Let's interrupt this. We can't. This is what the environment is. There are a lot of lawyers and such who are people who are starting to stream in to have their voices heard on what they think should happen with this, because 100 years has passed already. The truth of the matter and the hope. It's the Five of Cups. This has been very disappointing. It's just gone on for too long, stagnating. We're stuck at this 5. It's frustrating. The fear is that the Six of Pentacles, we won't have enough people be charitable about the passage of this and where we're going to go with it. Next steps, Temperance. Temperance, I like this. This card represents Sagittarius, which represents law, which represents expansion of laws to become an amendment. That's what's next, you guys. And the final outcome, we have the Two of Cups. An agreement. Oh my gosh, an agreement for what? Here goes my throat. Okay, an agreement for what? The Empress, to have it all and be totally fulfilled. That's where we are with it. I grabbed this deck because this is like the history of it. This is kind of modern day, what's happening with it. So I think they're supposed to hear this. Is it September 29th or 28th? They're supposed to hear this case. Now, I like having these cards out so that, because I know I'm going to end up pulling some of these cards, and I just want to see how this relates to all it, okay? Because I know it gets messy, sorry you guys, but I just need to see how these things all relate together. Okay, so here at the ERA, where am I going? What's going on? Are we all up, right side up? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that's the ERA. That's the history of the ERA. There just seems like there's a couple of glitches here, but we're in our Pluto return, you guys. Anything is possible. So the DC Circuit Court, that the one with 3 judges, are hearing what to do about it. They're going to hear it at the end of September when Mercury is retrograde, but the United States of America has a retrograde Mercury. This will give them the opportunity to pause and ponder and think much more deeply. So don't let the Mercury retrograde freak you guys out, okay? So DC Court, DC Circuit, I think has 3 judges, is going to hear this case. The heart of the matter is this Equal Rights Amendment. And they're going to hear that. These people are going to hear that at the end of September. This is the hearing and what happens. This is the arguments and stuff. We have the Six of Cups. Going back to the past. The King of Cups. Support for the Equal Rights Amendment. And the Hanged Man. Taking another good look at this. Okay. So we have these 3 judges. The Nine of Swords. Lots of anxiety around this issue for our nation for quite a while. The Seven of Swords, because in the past, people are arguing, no, we can't do this. We're changing the rules again. This is where we are. and the Two of Swords, having to separate out. Oh, this is just the language. Can't discriminate on the basis of sex. So I see a lot of swords here, a lot of thought. This court, this is Equal Rights Amendment. We have the Eight of Wands. It's coming in fast, furious, finally. A lot of detailed information. And it's been weaponized. The Knight of Cups, the Equal Rights Amendment. Just a very simple thing. This is the hearing that starts. We have the King of Swords. This is the GOP screaming, blasphemy! This isn't right. You're breaking all the rules. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of screaming going on about this because there are people who don't want this to pass. The Ace of Swords, the sword of victory. The truth of the matter, though. And the Page of Swords, the young women, their rights. Because we have lost rights with Roe. So these are the arguments. At the foundation of this, we have the Three of Pentacles, discussions, thoughtful discussions, and the Ace of Cups. Very passionate, very important issue. The Queen of Wands for women and women leadership. Crowning these discussions. Timing, fortune, and leadership. I think that's President Biden. It's time. So that's how it looks. Can we have... there's a lot of fight. What's underneath this fighting? We've got Three of Swords. Holy cow. Betrayal. Three of Wands. The Chariot. We're on the move. So these are the arguments. There's been so much betrayal by these assholios who keep taking our rights away. This is not your mother's Equal Rights Amendment. These are women who are furious and who are on the move and ready to make things happen. What's crowning these discussions? Or what are they thinking about? The world. This person is like, this is the GOP, the far right is like, this isn't going exactly how we planned for this to go. The Queen of Swords, a decision, the courts. The Eight of Swords, a nightmare. It's psyops, messing with the mind. How does this turn out? Can I see? I am told it's not going to make sense because we're going to be Mercury retrograde, because everything that gets talked about during Mercury retrograde is going to scare everyone. But the thing about Mercury retrograde is that Mercury retrograde is not really real. We have to flush a lot of crap out. What are we flushing out with this Mercury retrograde in the ERA? We're flushing out the Dream, the Page of Wands, success. We are flushing out, all those that have worked to oppress this and the success that they have had in the past. What else are we flushing out? Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Five of Pentacles. All that money, investment, dark money, the government of this is the way we do things. What are we flush all this stuff out, and we're going to create space for what after this hearing? Because it's not going to be done after this hearing, but it's creating space for what? We're creating space for this now, because we have to get all that junk cleared out. We are clearing because we're going to have a fresh platform to work with. The Nine of Pentacles. It's like the ERA levels up in value. Women and their value. our security, and women. The Nine of Wands, our defense as a nation, affording defenses for women, Temperance. Having these two things play out and make something bigger. So this is going to be a scary discussion. A lot of scary things are going to happen. There's going to be gaslighting and all that crap going on. It has to get flushed out so we can get to here. And when we get to here and we have the seeing the clear earth thinking, it's going to let us move on to something bigger. Right? Yeah. That was good. That was good. Okay, so you guys, I think that's it. We're going to call it a night here. We've been going for about an hour and a half. Thank you so much for coming by. Of course, at the last minute, I was able to go, but I had to go. Thank you very much for your generous donations. I always appreciate them so much. And thank you very much, moderators. Couldn't do this without you guys. And it's been fun. We are in a new phase. Get ready for this full moon. I'll be working on that as well. But something's going to burst. Something's got to give, right? So you guys, yes, good night, Electra. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, I Am One. Thank you, Just Joy. Thank you, Linda and Jessica. You guys have a good night. Oh, good night, Holly Coleman. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye. Thank you, Julie, Suzanne.